Hello, everybody. Um, so this is gonna be interesting. I haven't decided exactly how I'm gonna do this yet, but in my attempts to learn how to use OBS, because I'm very unfamiliar with it and it's being very uncooperative, um, I'm gonna try to do some RWBY reactions. Here's the thing. I've watched the show numerous times, over and over and over again. I know what happens for everything that's been released so far. So it's more of going through it with a retrospective eye, being able to point out the things that I already know are going to happen and what was setting up for them all the way back then. I don't know if I'm going to be doing every single episode in their entirety or if I'm just going to be doing like the greatest hits of them or not. I don't know yet. I don't know how I'm doing this. It's mainly to try to practice OBS in preparation for reacting to Volume 9. That's the main thing, is so that I can be ready to react to Volume 9, however the reaction policy is for Volume 9. I don't know what it's going to be. Used to be, you could just record a reaction and then you wait till the next week when the episode is live for everybody, and then you post your reaction. But now, with Crunchyroll, it's a year, which is a horrendous decision by far. Like, people were willing to pirate to avoid waiting a week. It's gonna be even worse for a year. I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, I don't know, but I do want to do reactions for Volume 9 when the time comes, if at all possible. Anyway, we're going to start not quite at the beginning, because I'm not doing the reactions to the trailers. I'm just doing the show proper. But, we'll see what happens. So, here we go.
Legends.
Hi, Salem.
Stories scattered through time. Mankind has grown quite fond of recounting the exploits of heroes and villains, forgetting so easily that we are remnants, byproducts of a forgotten past.
They're just a semblance of what they once were.
Strong, wise, and resourceful. But he was born into an unforgiving world.
Everything in this show is a pun.
Creatures of destruction, the creatures of Grimm, set their sights on man and all of his creations. These forces clashed, and it seemed the darkness was intent on returning man's brief existence to the void. However, even the smallest spark of hope is enough to ignite change. And in time...
And that is why I will focus all of my power to snuff it out. I really want to pause and properly do it, but I know that back to tab thing, since I'm recording the picture-in-picture, is probably going to get annoying. But I don't want to talk over the audio. So, you're going to have to deal. Sorry, not sorry. I want to do a proper reaction video, and I'm not going to apologize for reacting in a reaction video. I see a lot of reactors apologize for pausing and then be like, I'm not going to pause as much. It's a reaction video. The point is the reaction. The point is to give your input. That's what makes it worth having, and not just being a regurgitated piece of someone else's material. Anyway. Sorry, not sorry. You're going to have to deal with the pauses and the back tab, because this is the only way I know how to do it right now. But let's get back to it.
Man's passion, resourcefulness, and ingenuity led them to the tools that would help even the odds. This power was appropriately named dust. Nature's wrath in hand, man lit their way through the darkness. And in the shadow's absence came strength, civilization, and most importantly, life. But even the most brilliant lights eventually flicker and die. And when they are gone, darkness will return. So you may prepare your guardians. Build your monuments to a so-called free world. But take heed. There will be no victory in strength.
That line goes so hard, though. There will be no victory in strength. That line goes so hard. And it still does. It went hard back then. It went hard in Divide, and it went even more hard in For Every Life, which is part of why that's my favorite opening. Because it's from the hero's perspective, and the heroes are finally admitting to what Salem just said. Strength's not victory. That's why it's so good in For Every Life. Almost even better than when Salem is saying it. Because the heroes admitting to it is ominous and interesting. I need to learn to look at the camera and not the screen. You're right there, you're not right there.
But perhaps victory is in the simpler things that you've long forgotten. Things that require a smaller, more honest soul.
I'm just trying to see. I can't really tell. In the Ice Queendom version of this scene, the magazine has Team RWBY and Team Juniper weapons on it. I can't tell if that's the same here. It might be. I'm not entirely sure. It's a fun little Easter egg.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a dust shop open this late?
Please, just take my lien and leave.
Only time Shopkeep has ever actually said anything. Shopkeep never speaks again. He just speaks in... He just speaks like that for the rest of the time that we see him.
Calm down. We're not here for your money. Grab the dust.
Crystals. Burn uncut.
All right, kid. Put your hands where I can see them. Hey, I said hands in the air. You got a death wish or something?
Yes?
Here's the
I
truth.
said, put your hands in
From
the
Full Metal
air.
Alchemist.
Are you robbing me?
Now. Yes.
Oh.
Hey.
She cut it off.
Okay. Get her.
Why don't you just go out the window?
You were a heavy scent. Truly you were. Well, Red, I think we can all say it's been an eventful evening. And as much as I'd love to stick around, I'm afraid this is where we part ways.
okay if I go after him?
That's what he sounds like every other time we see him.
Hey!
Persistent.
End of the line, Red!
Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? The dust briefly turned white. I'm not gonna rag on the animation much because I know it gets better for the most part. The running is still weird in modern day RWBY, and most characters don't look like they have noses. But aside from that, I'm not gonna rag on the animation too much. And when I do, it's loving because, yeah. Anyway, that's it's just a little interesting note. Same, Glenda. Same.
We got a huntress!
How is she doing this? So like the real reasoning is they hadn't quite figured out the rules between semblances, dust, and magic quite yet. They hadn't quite concretely settled on what's what. But I'm curious about the in-universe explanation. What is the in-universe explanation for this? Is this just Glinda being able to combine dust in weird ways with telekinesis? I know there's that theory that she's tied to the relic of choice because her emblem's a crown and the relic of choice is a crown, and there's something about the relic of choice that is more difficult. There's something more challenging or difficult in the way to get to it than just a vault door like the other three relics. But I don't know if that really has to do with it. Because the relic of choice doesn't really have anything to do with this, outside for the crown thing. I don't know. I'm curious what the in-universe explanation of this is. If it's just that she's able to do weird dust things with her semblance, that's a perfectly fine explanation as far as I'm concerned. I'm just curious. Like that. That's probably just ice dust.
You're a huntress. Can I have your autograph? I hope you realize that your actions tonight will not be taken lightly, young lady. You put yourself and others in great danger. They started it! If it were up
True.
to me, you'd be sent home with a pat on the back and a slap on the wrist. But there is someone here who would like to meet you.
Ozpinhead.
Ruby Rose. You have Of silver
Of
eyes.
silver eyes. Wonder why that's important.
So, where did you learn to do this?
Signal Academy?
They taught
Where'd
you
you get
to
that
use one of the
footage?
most dangerous weapons ever designed?
Well, one teacher in particular.
I love that comment. I love the comment that Crescent Rose is one of the most dangerous weapons ever designed. So this dude, Ozpin, is older than you can imagine. And he's sitting here saying that this weapon, designed by this... I mean, she is 15 right now, but I think that she really would have designed the weapon when she was like 13. If the preliminary schools like Signal or Sanctum are also 4 years like Beacon and Atlas, then she would have had to have designed Crescent Rose when she was like 13. This 13-year-old has designed one of the most dangerous weapons according to a dude that's been around long enough to see several dangerous weapons. Interesting. It's just interesting to me.
I see. It's just that I've only seen one other scythe wielder of that skill before. A dusty old crow.
That's my uncle. Sorry. That's my Uncle Crow. He's a teacher at Signal.
He knows.
I was complete garbage before he took me under his wing, and now I'm all like...
So I've noted.
Under his wing. Under his wing. Okay.
And what is an adorable girl such as yourself doing at a school designed to train warriors?
Well, I want to be a huntress.
You want to slay monsters?
Yeah. I only have 2 more years of training left at Signal, and then I'm going to apply to Beacon. See, my sister's starting there this year, and she's trying to become a huntress, and I'm trying to become a huntress because I want to help people. And my parents always taught us to help others, so I thought, oh, I might as well make a career out of it. I mean, the police are alright, but huntsmen and huntresses are just so much more romantic and exciting and cool. Just, you know?
Me talking about this show. It starts off just regular speech, kind of knowing what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, just incoherent blabbering.
Do you know who I am?
You're
No.
Professor Ozpin. You're the headmaster. at
What
Beacon.
are you?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
You want to come to my school?
More than anything.
Well, okay.
Oh, I can't believe my baby sister's going to Beacon with me. This is the best day ever!
Please stop.
But I'm so proud of you!
Billy, sis, it was nothing.
What do you mean? It was incredible! Everyone at Beacon is gonna think you're the bee's knees.
Okay, I don't want to be the bee's
Bees.
knees, okay? I don't want to be any kind of knees. I just want to be a normal girl with normal knees.
What's with you? Aren't you excited?
Of course I'm excited. I got moved ahead 2 years. I don't want people to think I'm special or anything.
But you are special.
The robbery
More
was
than
led
you
by
realize.
criminal Roman Torchwick, who continues to
Nefarious.
evade authorities. If you
Nefarious.
have any information on his whereabouts, please
Like
contact
nefarious
the Fair
plan.
Police Department. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Cyril. In other news, this Saturday's
Pyrrha.
Fauna civil rights protest
Lisa.
turned dark when members of the White Fang disrupted the ceremony. The once peaceful organization has now disrupted.
Hello and welcome to Beacon.
Who's that?
My name is Glinda Goodwitch.
Oh,
You are among a privileged few who have received the honor of being selected to attend this prestigious academy. Our world is experiencing
Okay.
an incredible time of peace, and as future huntsmen and huntresses, it is your duty to uphold it.
That's Cap.
You have demonstrated the courage needed for such a task, and now it is our turn to provide you with the knowledge and the training to protect our world.
Look! You can see Signal from up here.
Can I? I don't know what's supposed to be what.
I guess home isn't too far after all.
Beacon's our home now.
There he is!
Well, I guess the view isn't for everyone.
It was a nice moment while it lasted.
I wonder who we're gonna meet.
I just hope they're better than Vomit Boy.
Oh,
Got him.
Gross! You have puke on your shoe!
Gross.
Get away! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me!
Sorry, it's midnight. This is helpless. This is just a child. Surprise when it's so cool going back through that first episode. No. I did not say to go to the next episode. I said to pause. So, there we go. It's always so nice to go back to this episode. This is the episode that started it all. Red trailer started it all, but this is the first episode. Man, it's so bizarre to think about how this show has come in the 10 years that it's existed, because it is so much bigger than anyone would have imagined. Also, fitting that I'm starting the RWBY re-reaction series wearing a RWBY shirt. This is Ollie Avian's caffeine shirt. I love it. I love this shirt so much. I think what I'm going to do is see which episodes I should do. I'm not going to go back through and do a reaction to every single episode, because that's 106 episodes to do in the 3 weeks that we have until the show is back. I'm not going to be able to do that as a series, but I will react to whatever people think are the more important episodes to react to. So for Volume 1, I think I'm not going to do... I might do Emerald Forest. I might do both parts of Emerald Forest, and I think Emerald Forest is two-parter. I'm very iffy about the episodes of the first 2 volumes, because I saw them on Netflix when they were compiled into movies, so they're all blurred together for me. But I'm probably going to do Emerald Forest and then just the finale for Volume 1, depending on what time I have. Which, I mean, it's not like I'm a busy person, but, you know, you don't know what all might come up. So that'll probably be it for Volume 1. Volume 2, I want to do the first episode of every volume. Every volume's premiere, I want to go through and do. It's just going to be very difficult with later volumes and trying to decide what's the most important episode to do for each one. And am I really going to sit here and do a reaction to The Lost Fable because that's like the most important episode of arguably the whole series, but definitely Volume 6? Am I going to do a whole... I mean, we're almost to the full time of that episode, but I don't know if I'm going to do the... I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I also don't know if this is all going to happen in time for Volume 9, and I also don't know what the policy for Volume 9 reactions is going to be yet. So I might have additional time, depending on what that is. But yeah, I'm only going to do highlights. If there are any ideas for what the go-to episodes should be, obviously I've watched through this whole show before, as I've said, but I'm not sure what to properly consider the go-to episodes, especially when we get into the more plot-driven stuff, Volume 3 onwards, where it's like every episode is important. Great. So like for like Volume 4, it probably will mostly be Team Ranger side, because they kind of have the quote-unquote most important story for Volume 4. And we'll see where we go from there. But if you have suggestions on what to do for like the greatest hits for reactions, let me know, because I need an idea of what to do. I've been considering this for a while, and since we finally know that Volume 9 is coming and when it's coming, I'm going ahead and doing it, kind of as a refresher. So, I gotta get this done and edited. Well, edited. Whatever little editing I'm doing. I gotta get it put together and then upload it. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. We'll pick up with Emerald Forest, I think will be the next one I do. And then the 2 or 3 part finale, whatever it is. Again, I'm not very familiar with the individual episodes of Volumes 1 and 2. But Emerald Forest and the finale I will cover for the greatest hits reaction series. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.